So Star Wars: The Last Jedi is coming out today, or like 19 hours from now, something like that, around there, on Thursday, January something, December something, 2017. And some thoughts came to mind. One thought that came to mind was Episode 8, Rian Johnson, great director. I like Looper, I liked what I saw from Brick. Very cinematic with all the picture frames and everything. Very, very deliberate. It was cited as one of the best films of all time by a website. I agree. From what I've seen of the trailers, the visuals look very spot on. I didn't even think about CGI or uh, miniatures or whatever they use in the scenes. But what I do know is that the shot selection is excellent. Every shot looks like it's meant to be there. It looks phenomenal. So it brings us to mind, who are they going to select for Star Wars Episode 9? Episode 7, they got J.J. Abrams. J.J. Abrams was okay. I like some of his stuff. I don't think all his stuff is great, and I didn't think The Force Awakens was that great. But he did what he does great and best. The whole what's in the box thing. So many mysteries in the first film that drove everyone nuts. Very good for the Star Wars franchise. Star Wars Episode 8, more deliberate shots by Rian Johnson. I don't know what the storyline is, but it'll be done by the Empire Strikes Back's screenwriter, so that should be great. Episode 7, you have some creative consulting from George Lucas, so you get some of the social commentary, but not as much as in the original trilogy or the prequels, which is a bit of a thing for me. Episode 8, I don't even know. Return of the Jedi, I don't even know if there was that much political commentary, as it was a different film. I don't know. Return of the Jedi, I really don't know if they had a lot of political commentary. I didn't really follow Star Wars. I watched Star Wars a lot, but I don't really think about it in terms of thematic stuff growing up. So back to Episode 9. Before Colin, Tomorrow, Trevorrow, whatever his name was from Jurassic World was going to do it. And I thought, hell no, I'm definitely not watching that movie. And then later he was fired by Kathleen Kennedy having an argument. Like, that happens all the time with Star Wars, which is good because, when you have arguments, you want perfection, and that's good. Um, then they got J.J. Abrams to return for that. I was like, not as terrible, but I'm still not gonna watch it because like I don't like The Force Awakens that much. And so that brings me to my thought on who should direct the ninth movie, not the ninth movie, but the ninth episode in Star Wars chronology. David Lynch. Twin Peaks has had so much praise. People are saying this TV series should be in all the Emmys, all the Golden Globe TV awards. David Lynch is a famed director named for the Academy Awards and Oscars for Mulholland Drive, Elephant Man. I don't remember if Blue Velvet was nominated, but it should have been. And there's just so much praise from the Palme d'Or circuit. He was in like top 10 for like the Sight and Sound, despite being a TV series that was written, right, made, and everything. And I was like, David Lynch was encountered by George Lucas, interviewed by George Lucas to do Return of the Jedi. There's an interview online with David Lynch, his response to that. He talked to his agent. He was very nervous about it. He didn't want to deal with being part of the Star Wars franchise. He felt very sick. He had a migraine when he dealt with all this stuff. Probably all the Ewoks and stuff. Probably all the throwbacks to Episode 7. When the movie came out, he was glad he didn't make it. So of course, I'm wondering if David Lynch would ever make in Episode 9, since he didn't want to make Return of the Jedi even, which of course was the weakest, considered by many the weakest of the trilogy, but still part of the trilogy. I don't even know if David Lynch went on that note. I don't know if Star Wars had to be a trilogy, or if it could continued onward. Back then, there wasn't a lot of trilogies, so thinking about more episodes was even crazier. But still something to think about. Star Wars, probably the first trilogy that I can think of that became released. I mean, it was like the first blockbuster was the original Star Wars, then the epic sequel, which wasn't critically acclaimed when it came out. It still had a third movie, despite the fact that the second movie didn't do as well. I forget the box office for Return of the Jedi. And then later it would have respect from the expanded universe and the video games and all that stuff, and its legacy as a business franchise, much like Power Rangers now, much like... I don't know if Fireflies is that long. Pretty much anything that's lasted above 10, 20 years. DC Comics, Marvel Comics. Ghost in the Shell, I don't think it's gotten that, because, like, they had that one movie, they had the standalone complex, and then they didn't go on. Gundam, Simpsons. Right now in wrestling, WWE, even though TNA's been around for a while, too. And the NWA's been around for a long time, but no one acknowledges them. And JPW, not really known for its legacy as a wrestling company, but more of his gimmicks recently. ROH still hasn't taken another step. In any case, Star Wars evolving from the biggest blockbuster and highest selling film of all time in terms of inflation, ticket sales, compared to... and then having a sequel, and then having a trilogy. There were trilogies back then, like, with a lot of silent films and horror films and stuff, but, like, it didn't feel as big because of the big events that the Star Wars films were. Big money made and stuff. Batman was pretty close to it, like Joel Schumacher, and, well, at least the first Batman film was, like, a huge main event in, movie history. It did do a lot of money, made a lot of money in that first film. But, like, having that as a trilogy, it's weird, like... I mean, they had Back to the Future. I'm sure if I give another trilogy that was big before then. Probably Westerns, pretty much, yeah. The Good, Bad, and the Ugly trilogy, the Fistful of Dollars trilogy was probably big back then. But they've gone away, and Star Wars and sci-fi has grown since then. Blade Runner, the budget that Star Wars was under, a lot of influences, the political intrigue. A lot of stuff went into that stuff that you have to appreciate from George Lucas. And Ridley Scott, James Cameron, all these directors were influenced by it. We have something like that again, I don't know. I hope something like that for episode 8. I mean, David Lynch. I don't know. I don't think David Lynch would like to do it just because it's like a franchise. There's a lot of hype. There's a lot of people going to criticize him for him. People criticize him for Twin Peaks. And second off, Twin Peaks didn't do that well ratings-wise. Not ratings. Nielsen ratings, not critical ratings. So, it's Disney. They want money, to say it very bluntly. If they don't make money off episode 9, they're not going to make it. So, having a risky director like that is a lot less physically conservative than picking like Ron Howard or J.J. Abrams, who did so well in the first Star Wars movie in this sequel trilogy. that's the problem with having David Lynch as the director of Episode 9, although I think he would be the good choice for Episode 9. What are your thoughts? Comment below.